people who are in a windfall patch like that, they usually pay more attention to where they're standing and what's going to roll and the unseen. Usually there's a lot of stuff that moves that you can't see like you would be in a quarter, right? If you're bucking it, the root will fall back away from you, but lots of times they'll fall on top of you, so you can't buck them right clean. Like snags in a windfall patch, it's really quite hard because you've got nowhere to run because the wood itself is all laying on the ground already. So you have to really be careful on what you know what you're standing on. Just like the rigging, everybody has their job and they know what to do, and they try to be as safe as they can.
Safety first.
Yeah, that's it.
High lead log in your whistle punk is the little guy that sets out on the stump and blows in the signals to the yarder engineer. And your hook tender is the boss. This is the story of a little guy that was a whistle punk, and he wanted to be a hook tender in the worst way, and I guess in his own way, he finally made it. Whistle punk Pete, he stood only 5 feet. He wasn't gonna get any bigger, but his main ambition was to hold a position of hook tender and head rigger. But everybody knew that unless he grew, he wasn't ever gonna make it. It takes a pretty big man, that's an all-around hand. There's hardly any way you can fake it. You put a block and a strap on the little Pete's back, he'd head in the wrong direction, making new layouts and pulling haywire. He couldn't even pull one section, but he could climb all right. Didn't mind the height, but when he got to the top, oh golly, he was too small to tackle a guy lying shackled. He was running around with a gal downtown. She was fat, but kind of pretty. And we heard one day that they ran away, got married in a nearby city. He was happy with his wife, she was the love of his life. She had such a sweet disposition, but Whistle Punk Pete didn't know at the time she'd help him realize his ambition. Cause his little wife Myrtle wore a full-length girdle and had 23 hooks and eyes. Took a full half hour to hook her up every morning, much to little Pete's surprise. Well, he was hooking and clicking, his eyes began to blink, and he jumped up and let out a squall. He said, Myrtle, holy cow, if the crew could see me now, I'm a hook tender after all.
Time to go, eh? You had a good day? Yeah.
Hey, Bronco. We're getting a flat tire.
Yeah?
Yeah. All right, go check it.
Must be in the front there.
And don't swear you on TV.
On the back roads and the highways, anywhere there's timberland, you find a different kind of breed of a truck driving man. They're the men who haul the timber from the woods down to the mill. They spend half their life hauling down some crooked steep side hill. Then they hit the highway blowing smoke with the barking dirt flying. All them cars they'd like to pass, but you don't see them trying. Even the traffic meeting him is pulling off the road. They're positive that he's gonna lose about 2/3 of that load. depending upon the season. A big old smile you can see for a mile for no particular reason. If you're in trouble, he'll stop and help any way he can. He's a different kind of breed of a truck driving man. The state cops lay in wait for him to make just one mistake. He'll end up paying the state nearly every dime he'll make. They'll write him a ticket every time for one little misplaced log, while a Greyhound bus goes screaming by like a turpentine dog. And he hits the highway of blowing smoke with the bartender to flying. All them cars they'd like to pass, but you don't see them trying. Even the traffic meeting him is pulling off of the road. They're positive that he's gonna lose about 2/3 of that load.
The nice typical Queen Charlotte weather, nice and foggy, rainy.
Rainy, yeah. A little bit windy.
For almost 25 years I've been in the bush now. Yeah. I always run machines. I always wanted to run machines, run trucks specifically.
Yeah.
I should tell them just for the record that I am the best looking, the smartest, and the greatest truck driver that Saunders has ever had. So there. And I deserve twice the wages I'm getting.
Okay, I'll tell him that.
That ought to make a few people sick.
Well, I'm standing here in line just a-waiting to sign for my unemployment compensation. And what puzzles me is that our economy is booming across the rest of the nation. Well, they tell me we'll get back to logging about June, and there'll be lots of jobs again. But what I haven't paid for will go right out the door. It's dough, meat, and beans till then. And the longer I stand here, the less I find for these things in life I gotta stand in line for. And what causes me my most aggravation is gone unemployment compensation. I make $44 a day once a week when I turn in my little white book. They ask me silly questions, they make unfair suggestions, and they give me a suspicious look. I say no, if I didn't have any earnings last week, and yes, I'm looking for work. They act real funny like it was their money and I was some kind of a jerk. And the longer I stand here, the less I find for these things in life I gotta stand in line for. And what causes me my most aggravation is drawing unemployment compensation. The most fantastic feats ever heard of in logging have come out of our great Northwest. And each outfit naturally claims their men are beyond doubt the very best. But out in the woods where they should be discussing the best logging method to use, these legendary giants will no doubt be sitting around talking about women and booze. In the hard driving rain out on steep wild terrain where you have to think fast just to live, they'll probably be thinking of some gal they know and a party she's planning to give. By the fireside at lunch, this rough, rowdy bunch won't be discussing the trees. It'll probably be the best brand of bourbon or some little gal with shapely knees. All the tales they spin of wild women and gin in the city with all of its thrills. And the best of their drinking and fighting and loving is done right out here in the hills. Come with me now on a Saturday night to a bar room in some logging town. There'll always be a few of these modern Paul Bunyans drinking and hanging around. Oh, the music is loud and pretty girls in the crowd wouldn't be too hard to get. Look there at a bunch of these mountain men lovers at a table in a corner where they sit. Drinking and laughing and talking real loud with their hands drawing pictures in the air. They must be discussing that pretty new barmaid with the soft eyes and long golden hair. Move closer, now listen. They're not even mentioning whiskey, women, and thrills. They're all talking logging, cutting, or trucking, and feats performed out in the hills. It's the same the world over. Men are all much alike, regardless of what their jobs are. And here in my country, it's a fact the best logging is always done in some bar.
It looks like we're not going to log anymore. I'll clean up what we got there. It looks like it's gone. We're going to make a big park down there for a big year. And then after that, we don't want that anymore. It'll be devastating after that.
A year and a half that we know of. And
If, unless, hey, now, something could change on this little Lyle Island thing, but it doesn't.
what's going to happen to that crew down there? Are you going to try and compensate anybody, or?
Well, this is what people are asking the government for. Let's get into the schools, and they got these kids, they're teaching them.
What's all over the TV now?
Yeah.
TV
I get
programs,
curious.
news.
Yeah, and the ones that make the most stink, they've never been out in the bush. They don't know what the hell's on. Good, you got a real good example. McMillan, what's it called? McMillan Park there outside of Port Alberni. The bloody trees are falling down, and they got to cut some of them down because they're dangerous to the public.
And nobody lucky.
Oh, I mean, it's a park that is really really well enjoyed by the people. But the thing is, the trees are so damn old now that they're literally being blown down and rotting. They're no good for lumber anymore either. They're no good for anything. And that's your park.
On the kids when they do go out.
It's a culture shock. It takes them a while. Even me, it takes Dave and I a while to get, because the pace is so much faster. And it takes a while to get into the swing of things.
And then it's nice to be back again.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Get back home. No, that's what's scary about the cities for me, is that it's so impersonal.
Yeah.
You can't trust your neighbor. You don't know what they're like, and you don't dare let your kids do anything by themselves.
Yeah.
Here when they leave the house and they're going to their friend's house, they're going to get there and they're going to get home again. The hall would just be packed. We all couldn't fit in the lounge.
It's alright,
Especially if there was a family dinner or whatever. There's no way. You'd line the hall with tables all the way around, and you'd just get everybody in. And now you don't even fill one room.
Yeah. Was the people, they went back home, or what? Did they find another job when they moved away?
Yeah, just like their kids got too old for the school, or they'd made the money, they came to save, and just slowly moved out.
Thank you.
One thing is running kind of smooth, and I'm picking up a little slack. And my bank account's almost out of the red, edging over into the black. And once in a while, I'm even wearing a smile instead of just a constant frown. The weather's holding good, and we're moving the wood. Well,